Won't you listen what the man says?
Won't you listen to what the man says?
Love is kind for all we know. For all we know, our love will grow. Philly, what, I catch you in the middle of lunch? What's going on?
Yeah, well, the show is at noon in Oklahoma time. So
that's true. You're an hour.
Right. So I either eat lunch right before or right after. So I'm generally hungry right around this time.
I love when I text you and you say you're fixing to eat some lunch right now. I love when you say fixing.
Hey, man, I'm a redneck from Oklahoma. That's
I believe the dictionary term for fixing is getting ready to. Is that correct?
Getting ready to. Yeah, I am preparing. I am preparing.
Oh, Philly Kid, everybody logging in. Another Facebook Live. Of course, we come to you every day, 1 o'clock Eastern. The show re-airs at 7:30 tonight as well in the live version. Plus, we also send it to Stir, Crackle Plus, View It, NJOnAir.com, DBA Television on Roku and Apple. We're all over the place. Only Good TV. Still the #1 show. You know, it was funny the other day, Phil. We had, we'll officially start the show in a sec. The other day, we had a beautiful actress, Shiva Nagar, on the show.
Yeah.
She's in all kinds of different movies. She's on SEAL Team on CBS. And she's been in Heartland a couple times.
Yep.
So I had to pull up the graphic from Stir. And I said, Shiva, look who's the #1 show on Stir. And look who's right behind us on Stir. That would be your show, Heartland. And she was cracking up. She's like, man, you guys are ahead of Heartland. I said, well, listen, I just had to throw that at her. So
you should have just told her the old standard. That celebrities from around the world are clamoring to get on the Suki and Scott show. I mean,
yeah. Listen, it started out as a little hobby back in the beginning of COVID, and here we are, 232 shows later,
and some of the biggest names in the business.
Hundreds of guests. We have a great guest coming up today, Zack Ward, actor, writer, director. The other day we had James Cullen Bressack on the show. He is the director of the new movie called Survive the Game with Bruce Willis, Chad Michael Murray. Zack Ward is also in that movie. He plays Mickey. And as I tested Suki yesterday, I put up Zack's picture as an adult, and I asked her if she could tell me who he was. She almost figured it out, but she couldn't figure it out. But we're gonna bring him in just a few minutes. But Philly Kid, everybody loading up. You ready to get this party started, my friend?
I want to. It looks like several other people are. I got some of our viewers: Elisa Jewell, Pam Apolloni, Jeannie Clay, Anna Hoover, Cherry Hetrick is back. The regulars. The regulars are here.
They're all over. Our loyal, insane viewers from around the country. Let's get this party started, Philly Kid. We'll see you on the other side.
The Suki and Scott Show.
This is one of the funnest shows I've ever done.
Lady, when you're with me, I'm smiling.
It's musical. It's magical.
Suki and Scott, the 7 of Hearts. Woo! Exactly.
This is a sexy show.
Someone's getting some action.
Now, these larger-than-life personalities are on an exciting new journey as they bring you the Suki and Scott Show.
You guys nailed it. You're great. You ask great questions. You listen.
I answered you because I have respect for you guys, and it was a question respectfully put.
The Suki and Scott Show is your one-stop destination for humor.
You like De Niro and Kate Pierce. Counselor!
Entertainment.
Jesse's girl!
Wonderful.
Can you paint with all the colors of the wind?
And optimism.
You guys have such amazing energy.
Ultraviolet light, it gets in there and it just fights the kung flu. Is that right? Okay.
Let's laugh together.
I love him.
The Suki and Scott Show.
Yes, indeed, Philly Kid. Here we are, year and a half later, still laughing all the way. I'd say all the way to the bank. But we don't make any money on the show. We do it for the love of the business, Phil. It was something to keep us busy during COVID, and now it just keeps us busy.
Yeah, and it's a passion. It's what we do for our passion, and a lot of people are helping us out from again, celebrities from around the world are coming to help us out and make it happen.
Yeah, no, it's great. Got a lot of things cooking. Hey, you saw George Lopez in the intro. George and I were texting back and forth yesterday.
Nice.
And I was asking him, I said, George, you got so many things going on now between a new show coming to NBC, but all this branding he's doing. He's got restaurants, he's got tacos, he's got beer. So he sends me this. He now has his own, if you could see that, it's called Chingon. It's like Vicks Vapor Rub with cannabis and THC in it. So he's got his own brand of I just screwed up my camera. He's got his own brand of Vapor Rub. I'm still soft there. Hold on, let me fix it, Phil. Uh-oh. Did I just screw up my camera?
What'd you do?
I don't know. I screwed up my camera. It won't focus, Phil. It won't focus. Hold on. Deep. No, I'm still soft. Phil, I'm soft. Jesus Louise, I'm soft. I need a pill. All right, hold on. I got to fix this, Philly kid. I'm going to take myself out. Don't move. You talk. Sing to the group. I'll be right back.
Are you lonesome tonight? Are you sorry tonight?
No, I don't know what's going on. It's got to focus. Hold on.
Yeah,
I'll get it back.
Here we go.
Oh no, Phil! Did I just screw up the whole show? Oh, there it is. I'm back.
Okay, yeah.
So anyway, he's got this. It's like a Vicks Vapor Rub. You rub it on your chest. I guess it not only clears you up, it gets you high all at the same time.
Wow!
And it seemed pretty cool. I bet you it's a good seller. I wrote him back. I said I have a slogan already. You know, one rub and you're eating Doritos out of a tub, and you're good to go. But so he's good. I got to talk to him later on. But anyway, listen, we got a great show today. We've had great shows all week long. Zack Ward's coming up in a second. And he's like I said, he's in the movie Survive the Game. We had the director on, James, on the other day, and Survive the Game. It just looks like it's going to be such a cool movie.
Oh man.
With Bruce Willis, Chad Michael Murray. Where the hell did I put it? It's in here somewhere. Here it is. Survive the Game. Boom, boom, boom. You put it up right there. Chad Michael Murray. And it actually, Phil, it comes out tomorrow. It's coming out tomorrow in select theaters. Right. It's coming out tomorrow on some digital, on demands. And we're going to talk to Zack about his, not only the movie, but his career, which as a child actor, everybody knows who he is. I won't even give it away yet if you weren't watching yesterday. But everybody knows who he is from the very first movie he was in, and he's been in a ton of movies since, and he's still getting it done, and just an amazing career. So I'm going to give you the trailer, for a little Survive the Game, and then we'll bring Zack in on the other side. Take a look.
I've been chasing their boss forever. This might go south. Hell of a day, isn't it, partner?
Up here.
Go, go, go! You let her go, Paige. Don't you touch my baby. Come on, big boy. Come on, big boy.
You won't need to leave.
Please, mister.
Who are you?
I'm a cop. These two just shot my partner down the road.
Run!
I need you to get to safety. These people will kill you.
This is my farm. They don't belong here. Who are these guys?
They're drug dealers, scumbags.
You're my prisoner until my boss gets here.
I'm finishing this alone.
I will defend this land.
This is certainly a development. We came here to kill. Or did any of you not get a memo on that? Because evidently this cop did. I expect you and I aren't so different. Nothing like you.
I got shot today.
And I'm tied up.
And you still hit like a bitch.
You need my help. That's the house that I shared with my wife. That is all I've got left.
All right. Let's go save him.
I got your back. We kill or be killed.
Run! I gotta finish this.
You're under arrest. Wrong place, wrong time.
I'm gonna be the guy that's gonna kill you. I'm not going anywhere. This is my farm.
Baby.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo. Zack, how are you, pal?
October 8th. Surviving.
Protect your home, Survivor coming. It's the best line in the movie. Phil, our resident Bruce Willis double, he did for James the other day, and James told us that it was actually an ad lib. Philly, give us the best line from the movie.
Let's see. I got shot today, and I'm tied up, and you still hit like a bitch.
Zack, how you doing, my friend?
I'm good. Nice to be here. Thank you, guys.
It's good to see you, man. Listen, you have had such an amazing career. I want to talk about the movie first, and then we'll backtrack and talk about how young you were when you started in this business and how you had this iconic role in this iconic movie that you've actually embraced. A lot of people may not embrace that kid role that they had, which I think is insane. But you embrace it, and it's fantastic. But first, survive the game. Here you are, number one. You got the blonde hair working. And I saw the post you put out. You're like, I'm playing a maniacal lunatic with blonde hair in this movie.
Nice.
Your character is Mickey. Tell us about what it was like, working with those guys, working with James, and just you get to play this lunatic with a rifle.
It's a shotgun. It's a shotgun.
I'm sorry, shotgun.
Yeah, James and I go way back. I know James Cullen Bressick for about 8-9 years now. We've done a lot of work together. We've written scripts, produced movies, directed them together. So we worked on a bunch of stuff. We're boys, as the saying goes.
Nice.
So yeah, we always have a good time working together because we have a shorthand. When you hang out with your friends, you don't have to go into a lot of detail. It's just like, oh, that's good. What if it was better? You're like, yeah, let's do that. So it makes it easy to work together, and we've always got each other's backs. And so he always does this thing to me. He's like, I got this great role for you. I'm like, okay. It's like, so you're not going to look like you at all. I'm like, thanks, I guess. Right? Yeah. He always likes, when he's putting me in movies, he always likes completely changing what I look like. We did another movie together called Beyond the Law with Steven Seagal. And I played Steven Seagal's son.
Yeah.
Which obviously I don't look a lot like Steven Seagal's son right now. It doesn't really just drip off the page, but let me see if I can find a photo for you. Yeah. So this is what I look like.
Hold on, put it up. Let's see. Just tilt it down. You'll see it better. Should.
Well, I think
looks like you got black slicked hair in that one, huh?
Yeah. So here we go. That's still not great. Anyway, so yeah, sorry, but they dyed my hair black for that one, and then for this one, they dyed my hair white and gave me a black beard. And it's funny because people like the character. They enjoy how psychotic he is. I don't know if this comes up. Again, it's blowing out. Sorry.
Oh, is that from this movie?
Yeah, that's from this movie, right?
Yeah.
Like,
oh my God.
Yeah,
so all the tattoos and everything. But it's like, it's funny. Some of the reviews are like, so Zack Ward's in this movie. I didn't recognize him for the first 20 minutes. My accomplishment is nobody knows it's me. That's
I mean, what did they expect, that you were going to wear a raccoon cap?
Yeah, really, man.
I mean, even something like that.
See, comes prepared. All right. Well, listen, we'll talk more about the movie, but ladies and gentlemen, mostly ladies on this show, if you didn't know who Zack was, he pulled out the raccoon hat. Here he is, 1983, A Christmas Story, playing the old SCUT FARKUS bully. And every time I see that picture, Zack, I just immediately, I hear he had yellow eyes. So help me God, he had yellow eyes.
Yeah. You just immediately want to punch me in the face, which is pretty good job. Yeah.
Ah, that's amazing.
So I got to ask you about the Survive the Game. looking at your career, it's, you and Bruce Willis have been around probably about the same amount of time. And it's just, you guys both have awesome careers. And have you ever worked with him before? And what was he like?
I've never worked with him before. I love Bruce Willis. Die Hard is my favorite Christmas movie. I got to be honest. That's the one I put on repeat. That and the Shawshank Redemption. That's my Christmas. It was so cool to get to work with a guy. Like, I don't really have a lot of scenes with him, but being on set with somebody of his caliber, and he's just, when someone's really good at something, they make it look easy. And
yeah,
Bruce Willis, he just is flawless. He's Bruce Willis, and being around one of your heroes, especially an action hero with that history and that many films, he's just such a cool guy. He lives up to the hype, buddy.
And I have to assume, Zach, no matter how much experience you have in the acting business, if you're on the set, even getting to do a scene with the likes of a Bruce Willis, that's gonna probably up your game tenfold, right? Because you want to impress him at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, you want to be at par with someone at that level. You don't want to drop them down. Yeah. It's exciting.
It's great.
Speaking about length of careers, and I was looking some stuff up. In 1983 is when the movie came out, and I thought, what? I mean, because I'm looking at you, and you look like you're a couple of years out of college, and somebody definitely works out and takes care of themselves.
Well, I think the secret is, honestly, I'm a redhead, and I live in Los Angeles, and I don't tan. So
okay.
I, like a vampire, I hide underground most of the time, and then I just poke my head out like Groundhog Day for interviews.
Well, it's working. It's working.
I love it. Zach, when you're walking around, and I put this up yesterday for Suki, and I said, Suki, Zach's in Survive the Game. I said, tell me what movie he was in as a kid. She knew it, but she couldn't place it, right? So when you're walking around now, do most people recognize you from A Christmas Story, or it's too far removed and they'll say, man, I know you from somewhere. How do I know you?
Yeah, well, it depends what time of year it is. So around Christmas time, I kind of have superpowers, and because everybody recognizes me immediately, because there's just not a lot of redheads with slanty eyes. As you can see from my slanty eyes back then, they haven't really changed. They just have glasses on now. But because I've been working for so long, I've done so many different movies and so many different TV shows that I've kind of been embedded on film and television for so long that people see me and they make this face like, I know you. I'm like, I don't know, Matt, nice to meet you. But it's like being Norm on Cheers.
Right. How do I know you? And listen, as a New York news sports guy here in New York, I'll get that too in the malls and the restaurant. Hey, I know you from somewhere. And my first response is, do you watch it? You watching adult films, aren't you? That's always my first response. And the wife is always like, huh?
Yeah, I don't go with that one because Christmas Story has a lot of kid fans.
Yeah.
So I keep it PC, but I usually just introduce myself and go, "Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Zach. Pleasure to meet you." But you get my face, and honestly, I don't know. Obviously, I'm not Bruce Willis, and we may have had the same length of time of our career, but he's an A-level actor who's just blown the doors off of blockbuster films around the world. And he lives in a different universe than I do, and I kind of like my world because I get to do normal Joe stuff. That's my life. And then when I walk into places, people treat me a little nicer than they would the average guy because they're already like, hey, I know you somehow. And exactly. Yeah.
All right, let me throw the hat on. And one other thing about Christmas Story, because I mean, God, it's lived on through now. I think it's TBS runs it 800 times during the holiday season. Do you ever sit down and watch it anymore, or you just kind of like, I can't even look?
It's been a while. I watch it. I think the last time I watched it in its entirety was like 2-3 years ago. And as you get older, you look at things through the lens of your experience. And as I become a writer and a director, I look at the movie as a director and a writer and an editor, and breaking it down in that process is still, I mean, the movie's just a brilliant film. And I don't say that because I'm in it.
Yeah.
I say that because, I mean, I was a 13-year-old kid. I didn't make any decisions. You know, it wasn't up to me.
Right.
But Bob Clark and the whole production team behind that film, they just made something timeless. And that's, you said earlier, the fact that I accepted and enjoy the role. And, you know, I still have a hat. But my attitude towards it is, you're lucky, you're blessed.
Right. Absolutely.
You know, especially nowadays, there's a million movies that come out. And how many of them do you watch? And as soon as it's over, you pretty much forgot what you saw.
Yeah.
And yet something like A Christmas Story, let's see, I'm 52 now. So that means that this movie's been going on for, what's the math? 39 years.
About 1983. So about 30 years, 29
We're
years.
on the 40th anniversary next year. So the fact that it's still relevant to how people share the Christmas experience, it's just a huge thing to be part of. It's just amazing.
So speaking of being part of it, how did that happen for you? Was there a casting call for mean-looking kids, or how did that come about?
The casting was for kids with a punchable face. Yeah, no, it was a cattle call audition. It was me and 300 other kids, and then I kept on getting callbacks. 300, 200, 150, 100, 50, 10, and then I got the job. And then I walked on set. I had never met the director before because we auditioned. We were filmed on a brand new invention called VHS.
Yeah, super VHS too.
Super VHS, right? And then the director saw me, Bob Clark saw me and saw that I was here. And then Yano Anaya, who played Grover Dill, was like a foot shorter than me. And so he said, you get his lines, he gets yours. And you guys switched it around. So here he is on your right, and you guys switched it around. Yeah, we're some pretty ugly looking kids. I mean, it's fantastically real, you know?
Yeah, no, that is.
Did one of the remakes. It was like, I think it was Fox did A Christmas Story musical live. And the kid who played SCUT FARKUS looked like a young Thor. Like, he was so handsome. I was like, come on.
Yeah, right.
I was a creepy looking kid. I was a kid, not like a model. And this kid was just way too looking.
That's so funny, man. And I read that your mom didn't really want you to act at first, right? And that was your first gig.
She's an actress, and she was like, "No, not a good idea." My first gig was commercials, Dolly Madison ice cream and Jell-O. I think you can actually find the Jell-O commercial
on YouTube.
On YouTube, yeah. I've got a little bow tie on, and I bite some Jell-O and little cute.
Has it ever ran through your mind, you know, what if during that cattle call, you know, 300 kids, you could have been bypassed pretty easily. I mean, what your life would have been like, you know, had you not gotten that movie.
That's the interesting thing, is like, you talk about how many jobs I've had, and that's maybe 5% of all the auditions I've gone on. Right. So if I go on 100 jobs audition and get 2 jobs, that's how it works. So, you know, you have to take a lot of no's to get a yes, and you can't take any of it personally. You really can't.
Right.
Because again, there's so much more going on than you're part of.
One of our very loyal viewers, Jordan Gray, said she loved you in Freddie versus Jason.
Yeah.
Who would you play in that movie?
Did you watch the movie?
You know what? I've never seen. I always watched the Friday the 13th, a couple. I never got through all of them. I always watched the Freddy's, but I never saw Freddie versus Jason.
Freddie versus Jason is a lot of fun, dude.
Is it? I got to check that out. But did you play a guy who gets clipped in that movie?
I don't want to give it away because you're going to enjoy it, and you're going to be watching like, oh my God, there he is. Yeah, it was awesome. There's a lot of blood on me, and as I mentioned before, I'm a redhead, so I'm pretty white. And literally, I was in a bathtub filled with blood. I was about hot pink for a week.
Nice.
Like, I looked ridiculous. It was pretty funny. But it was Robert Englund, who plays Freddy Krueger, was actually teaching me how to become Freddy Krueger. So that was pretty awesome.
You know, hey, listen, there's another movie, 2004, 2005, Resident Evil. You play
Resident Evil Apocalypse.
Apocalypse, Phil. Apocalypse.
Yes, and you know, and what I wanted to. Yeah, and what I wanted to ask you about, I mean, because you played a soldier and your tactics were really sharp, man. You know, I spent 40 years in the military and as a police officer, and I wanted to know what sort of training did you do for that movie to get ready for it?
Dude, I got to be trained by Spaznauts. It was crazy. Oh, that's Transformers.
Yeah, that's Transformers.
So that one, I was getting trained by Delta. Even though we're Rangers in that, we actually spent time at Fort Irwin in Barstow, being trained by Delta to do kill house clearing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
But on Resident Evil Apocalypse, I was actually training with the Spaznauts, and they would set up these kill houses, and I would have a bullpup, a Tavor. Right. So for the audience, a bullpup is a submachine gun that has the magazine behind the trigger. So it makes it shorter, which is better for CQB, a close quarters battle. So when you're going inside a house and you're trying to hunt down baddies, it's better to have a shorter gun than a longer one. Otherwise, they can grab the barrel and smack you with it. So I'd have to clear this house with this Tavor running half load blanks, which still could blow a hole through your hand.
Yes.
And then these Russian Spaznauts were so freaking intense. They would wrap a baseball bat with foam, and as I would come around a corner, they would hit the gun out of my hand and then hit me in the chest. So as the weapon went down, I would have to draw my sidearm and duck, 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 then come back up, reload as I was cycling around the area scanning, and then pick it off. Otherwise, they would punch me. So any training tactics I actually got, thank you for the compliment, but it was all complete terror because they would have beat me to death. It was so much fun.
Yeah. Hey, too, everybody watching. Hey, Scott, that's another movie you need to watch. And I'm not going to give anything away in that, but Resident Evil Apocalypse.
Resident Evil Apocalypse. I've seen bits and pieces, but never the whole thing. And when you talk about kill houses, Philly, you know, I know what the deal is. You know?
The coolest thing is, and you know this, Phil, is that when I'm killing the zombie dogs, right, in the high school, we shot that in Toronto, and that was my high school.
Oh,
that
really? Oh, wow.
Secondary high school in Toronto. And I felt like a baller. I'm like, I'm shooting an $80 million movie at my high school. Nobody's here, but I still feel important. You know?
Yeah, look at me now, principal. Look at me now.
As I cry and walk down the hallway dejected.
Oh my God. The name of the movie we're talking about today, Survive the Game. Bruce Willis, Chad Michael Murray, Zack Ward is in it. It's coming out tomorrow. Zack, listen, speaking of writing and directing, you have a movie that I don't think it came out yet, right? Patsy Lee.
It's not.
Patsy Lee and the Keepers of the Five Kingdoms.
Yeah.
And you got a couple of big names, James Hong, who's in there with you, George Takei. What is that? What's the premise of that movie? And when did you start shooting it yet? Is it in production? Tell me.
Yeah, we shot it. It's in post. Let me see. This is on my phone. I don't know if that reads. Again, nothing is reading. Oh, that's not bad.
Patsy Lee, I see it. Yeah.
So this film, all right, so this is totally The Goonies meets Big Trouble in Little China, meets Dark Crystal, meets Labyrinth. It's practical effects. Literally we have one actor. He's a little person with a animatronic headset. I mean, it's a robot makeup that's moving so he can talk and the eyes are going around, and he's riding a miniature donkey. Real thing. We've got Dave Sheridan, Dante Basco in it, George Takei, Getty Watanabe, Michelle Fang. We got Matt Sato. We got and Ahar. Who else? Gosh, we got Bai Ling in it. And this is like, yeah, exactly. That's James Hong.
Yeah, the best. Love James.
Wow.
And it's just an amazing cast, and people really committed to walk that line between comedy and adventure without, how to say this, without lowering the conversation for kids. Because here's the thing: is like if you look at the Goonies movies, you look at the films from the '80s, there were stakes. Someone could get hurt, you know. Right. And I wanted to make a movie that felt that dangerous but wasn't. And it had that much excitement so a parent could watch it with their kid and be like, oh, this isn't condescending and annoying. This is a lot of fun. And also my kid's having a good time watching it. So this is great. It's been a labor of love, and it looks freaking amazing, dude. It's so much fun.
Really? When are you planning on releasing it? Any idea?
We're finishing out the film right now. So all the VFX are being done. We literally have more VFX than the original Star Wars. And that's on top of all the practical effects that we've done. So we're finishing that off, and then we're selling the film, and it'll come out next year. And James Hong is getting his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, February 22nd, 2022.
Yeah, a legend, man. Been watching that guy since I was a kid.
Yeah, he was in Seinfeld, Chinatown, Blade Runner. I mean, so many movies.
He's 93.
He's 93. He looks amazing.
93. Yeah, and he's a crack up. He's amazing.
One of the coolest pictures I found of you was this one with the main man, Chuck Norris, and from your Walker, Texas Ranger days, huh?
Yeah, and look at that picture in the background. You can see the helicopter.
Yeah.
And so what happens in that episode is called Camp Justice. And there's a bunch of us youngish thugs that got brought to this camp made by Walker, Texas Ranger. And they're trying to show us the way to be good kids. And my character's name is Mad Dog, and he's a racist and a jackass. And so at one point, I get away from the group when we're on a field trip, and I hide up in a tree, and I jump out of the tree, and I whack Chuck Norris with a branch, and I knock him out, right? And then I fall down a cliff, and I break my leg, and I have to get airlifted out, which was very cool. So we shoot all that, and I come to set the next day. I'm in Texas, and I come to set the next day, and everybody's mad at me. Like, they're talking to me like I farted in church or something. They just are mad, right? And I talked to the wardrobe woman, and she and I got along. I was like, what's going on? What did I do? And she looks at me and goes, well, you're the only person that ever knocked Chuck out.
Oh, really?
And I'm like,
what?
Okay, but I didn't really knock Chuck out. And it was in the script. And then she goes, nobody cares. You knocked Chuck out. They're mad at you. I'm like, okay. But the fact that Chuck Norris evokes that level of loyalty and support,
yeah, my God,
from a film crew is just amazing. And again, working with one of your heroes, freaking Chuck Norris, man, it's so
yeah.
cool.
Oh, that's so funny. It's like all those Chuck Norris facts you see online, right?
Yeah.
But you're the only guy who knocked him out. That's amazing. That is amazing.
That's an awesome story. So anyway, the like I say, long career, man, and you're still killing it, and you don't look like you're going to be slowing down anytime soon to me. Nice picture, Scotty. That's quite the silencer there.
Yeah, that's an awesomely bad movie. If you've never seen Postal, enjoy. It's awesomely horrible. Oh yeah,
about this one?
That's Charmed. I play the half demon Cirque. Yeah,
I love it. How about this is
that is another movie with James Bressick. I like the face that they have right there. That looks like I'm about to say third. And that movie is called Blood Lake: Attack of the Killer Lamprey.
Yes, we had Blood Lake on with James the other day. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty fun stuff. That's I'm in Toronto there. Yeah. I usually every year, the great thing about being SCUT FARKUS from A Christmas Story is it is that thing that connects the whole family, grandparents and their kids and their grandkids. They all can enjoy the film. And it's really amazing to watch like 5-year-old kids watch A Christmas Story and not get bored. So I use Christmas Story to raise money for different charities every year. So usually from after Thanksgiving through to Christmas itself, I'm usually on the road raising money. And now, not to bring the moment down, but my father has Alzheimer's. And so I raised money for Alzheimer's research.
Beautiful.
To do what you can. You know?
Good for you. Good for you.
Yeah, the hat is a beacon to people everywhere.
Oh my God.
This one still fits.
All right, so listen. Now that you have the hat on,
see
if you give me the FARKUS, the scary face.
Hold on a second. I think we go. Wait, where'd it go?
Go ahead.
I think it goes like this.
His eyes were so yellow.
There he is.
Blue teeth and yellow eyes. So help me God, yellow eyes. The funniest thing about that is like yellow eyes means you have scurvy and a very serious deficiency. You know?
Isn't it funny how a simple line, "You'll shoot your eye out," became so right? Everything when I was a kid, when I say it to Mike, hey, you'll shoot your eye out, whatever it is, you know.
I was actually shooting Almost Famous, and we were down in. I'm with the entire cast and crew, and there's a break between setups, and I'm just quietly hanging out on set with the rest of the actors, and all of a sudden someone's like, blah blah blah, wait a second, aren't you, how do I know you? Like, that's the other thing. Actually, actors will do that thing like,
right, how do I know you? Right.
I'm not big enough that you should know my name, but my face, it's itching at your skull. I was like, well, this, that, the other thing, and maybe Christmas Story, and they lost their minds. So all of a sudden I'm having all the cast of Almost Famous ask me to call their families and record messages for them to Scott Fargus.
It's so funny. We've go ahead, Philly. Go ahead.
I was gonna say here's some of the quotes from that movie. See what they bring to your mind. Some men are Baptist, others Catholics. My father was an Oldsmobile man. Be sure to drink your Ovaltine. Ovaltine, a crummy commercial. Son of a bitch.
I loved Ovaltine, by the way.
Yeah, and
just like soap.
So many of them. I mean, you could talk about that show for a couple of hours very easily.
Oh, absolutely. Zach, listen, man. When this movie comes out tomorrow in select theaters, Survive the Game. Just from the trailer, it looks like a total roller coaster ride. Bruce Willis. Just like get away from reality action, like crazy action.
That's what James Cullen Bressick was going after. Is he really wanted to make something that was kind of a '90s throwback action thriller, fun, popcorn, have a good time, kick back, smile, enjoy the kills, enjoy the fighting, and I love working with James for that reason. Is that he's like. We've done horror films together and comedy stuff, and he basically can do pretty much everything. And when he jumps into it, it's like with both feet, and he commits to the style of it, and he really enjoys the process. Like, so I think his enjoyment of making this movie comes across in the film, and he really, he kicked his butt, and I'm very, very proud of him. He's he's a very accomplished young man.
Yeah, he was very excited about it, excited to work with you guys and Bruce and Chad. The last thing I'll ask you about, and then we'll let you go. You were also on a pretty big sitcom with these guys, Christopher Titus, called Titus. And by the way, the woman underneath you, is she on General Hospital now?
I don't know off the top of my head. That's Cynthia Watros.
Yes, she's on General Hospital.
So that's Stacy Keach, Cynthia Watros, David Shatraw, Christopher Titus, and myself. I know she came from, I think she is on General Hospital now. She's an amazing actress, wonderful human being, and just a sweetheart. David Shatraw, one of the funniest people you've ever met. Stacy Keach.
Oh, yeah, amazing.
Just incredible human being. And such a fun process to be part of. Like, Well, you notice, like both of you, like doing comedy is it kicks the brain in a different way, and it gets you happy, and especially when you put smiles on people's faces. And
nothing better, right?
Yeah, and you know, and based, you know, on your career and the Christmas Story, I mean, you're an inspiration to a lot of people. You really are. I mean, whether you want to accept that or not, I mean, you are. And given your longevity and your perseverance in your career, what is a piece of advice you would give to somebody who's up and coming, or a young Zack Ward coming up?
Invest in Amazon.
There you go. Early on.
When it's advice in what context? Somebody's coming up in what?
In the business,
in the business specifically.
You know, the difference now is that you can affect more. You can create and build more easily because you can do stuff on your phone.
Yeah, right on the phone, yeah.
How to say this? Only those who see the invisible can do the impossible. So what that means is, you know, when you come up with a film idea and you want to make a movie, then you write a short film, make it 1 to 3 minutes long, and shoot it. And it's not going to be great, but you will have created something that did not exist before. And in that process, you're going to learn everything. You're going to learn so much. You're going to learn how much you don't know. And then it's going to inspire you to try other things. Don't wait for somebody else to hand you the approval. You don't need anybody's approval, especially now. If you're waiting for someone to give you the keys to the kingdom, you're going to die on the street.
Right.
So you need to make something. And I don't care if it's a 30-second. I'd rather someone made a 30-second short film than made an hour-and-a-half long disaster. And, you know, there's a director who did Shazam. If you pull up his name, it's not in front of me. He did Shazam. He did Annabelle Creation, and he also did Lights Out. And this guy is a Swedish director who was doing 1 minute long short films on YouTube.
Right.
And he was killing it. And he kept it simple. And he shot with lighting that he got from IKEA. He used his phone and he edited, but he was making content. I would say to anybody, make what you want to do a reality by doing it.
Right.
Not waiting on anyone else.
Exactly.
And there is so much joy. And it's, you know, I'm making Patsy Lee and the Keepers of the Five Kingdoms. It's hard. There's a lot of things in this that are very difficult because they're just hard things to do, but it's the juice of life. That's the process. The rest of it, the money, the fame, it's not why you do anything.
Yeah.
You do it because you fall in love with the process, and then other people will be drawn to that.
Absolutely. You know, it's funny, Zack, it's funny you say that, and then I'll let you go. Right back at the beginning of COVID, the reason why we started this show, you know, Suki and I, we hadn't even met Phil yet. Suki and I were morning show co-hosts. I do stuff at WWE for a long time, but it was just kind of like, all right, everything kind of shut down. Okay, so while we're in this process of waiting to get back up, one gentleman who's big in the business said to me, listen, just go on Facebook, go online, and just do your show. Just do your thing. Start talking to each other. You and Suki, just get on, do your thing. We started doing it on Zoom, just screwing around. One guest came on. Next guest came on. Next thing you know, we're on this StreamYard process, which makes it look better as a TV show, which is what we're streaming on now. 230 shows later, we've had on hundreds of celebrities and musicians and magicians, and it's turned into this little, you know, cult following. We're on 7 different streaming sites now. And I called the guy the other day and I said, hey, you know what? We're doing this, and this. And I thank you for it, because you were the guy who said to me, just turn on your computer and just start making content. And it's all about the content.
Yeah.
And that's what we've been doing, man. And you know, you continue to do it. Patsy Lee and the Keepers of the Five Kingdoms. I can't wait to see that. I'm gonna go watch Freddie versus Jason this weekend, so I could see you, you know, laying in that pool of blood. And the movie, The Real Deal, is Survive the Game, coming out tomorrow.
Can't wait.
Bruce Willis, Chad Michael Murray, Zack Ward.
Yep.
And it looks like a fantastic heartbeater. Zach, listen, man, thank you so much for coming on. Absolute pleasure. Love to have you, and just keep doing what you're doing, bud. And listen,
absolutely. When Patsy Lee is ready to come out, I'll get James Hong on here too.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Nice.
That would be amazing. Absolutely, my friend. And listen, one day you will reach Bruce Willis money, my friend. Don't you worry about it.
He's already.
Thank you, bud. Hey, listen, good luck with the movie. I hope it does gangbusters.
Yes.
I'm excited. Thank you.
Will.
Guys.
Zach, thank you, bud.
See you, Zach.
Take care. What a great guy, Phil, huh?
Oh my gosh, dude. Awesome stories.
Yeah, great stories. Our audience really liked it. And let me just get us back to this, and this. But I'll tell you, you know what's funny? When we're talking about Zach embracing what he did as a kid, remember we had Dennis DeYoung on from Styx?
Oh, yeah.
And he was singing his songs. Dennis DeYoung was one of the guys who's, because whenever we have like famous musicians on, it's always in my head. I'm like, should I ask them to sing this song? Should I ask them to sing this song that made them famous? And they always usually do. But Dennis DeYoung said he never understood why musicians would always be so, like on just shows like this or on Letterman or whatever.
Right.
They're always so, oh, no, I can't sing. I'm not going to sing that. It's like, they're your songs. They made you famous. You know what I mean? Why not sing? Just even if it's for a couple of seconds, sing the stuff. And I just love how he really embraces that SCUT FARKUS character, because as soon as you say, hey, the bully from Christmas Story, everybody knows who that is, even if you don't know that, right? Even if you don't know the character. So great job out of him, and I'm looking forward to seeing that movie. I think I might get it on demand tomorrow night while I'm sitting around. But
check out Resident Evil Apocalypse as well.
Yeah, Resident Evil. Who was what's the female lead in that movie? What's her name?
Yeah. Let me look.
She's got like the black hair. I could picture her face. What's her name?
Let me check it out. IMDb. Resident Evil Apocalypse came out in 2004, and that one actually, what's her name?
Who's the lead?
Oh yes,
Mila
Jovovich.
Yeah, Mila Jovovich, I think it is, right? Peggy Mosley still crying over Phil's mustache gone. Philly kid, you got to get that back.
Yeah, I'm in the process of regrowing it.
Listen, I thought today, Suki off today. She's tending to some things. Philly kid in the house. Zach Ward, great. That was a fun interview. Great stories, and I knew he would be a great interview. Lots more next week. Philly kid, let's sing a little, shall we? We got like 10-15 minutes. Let's sing up a little bit. What do you want to do? What do you want to sing, my friend?
Well, let's see here.
Let's really light it up. Listen, nobody's around me right now.
Nice.
I could light it up and just let it rip. So you tell me what you want to sing.
Well, I think you like this Tim McGraw favorite.
Go ahead, baby.
Spent $48 last night at the county fair. I throwed out my shoulder, but I won her that teddy bear. She got me saying sugar pie, honey, darling, and dear. I ain't seen the Braves play a game all year. I'm gonna get fired if I don't get some sleep. My long-lost buddy Sam getting in too deep.
'Cause I like it, I love it, I want some more of it. I try so hard, I can't rise above it. Don't know what it is about that little girl's loving, but I like it, I love it, I want some more of it.
My mama and daddy tried to teach me courtesy, but it never sank in till that girl got a hold of me. Now I'm holding umbrellas and opening up doors. I'm taking out the trash and I'm sweeping my floors. I'm crossing my fingers and counting every kiss, praying that it keeps going on like this.
Scotty. 'Cause I like it, I love it, I want some more of it. I try so hard. I can't rise above it. Don't know what it is about that little girl's loving good. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. Gotta wash my truck and clean it up. Hey, Phil, I wanted to show you something before we get on to the next song. I found a couple of crazy T-shirt photos online that are actually pretty funny. I pulled a couple of them out. Take a look at this. So this guy's wearing a shirt called 50 Fat Diabetic and Ahead of You as he runs in this race, which I thought was pretty funny.
Wow.
Here's a woman getting arrested with a shirt that says "This really sucks." So very, very appropriate for the occasion. This guy's got a shirt called "Sorry Girls, I Only Date Models." I don't know what country that gentleman is in. Here's one. I love collage. I think college is spelled a little wrong. I don't know why she loves it. Unless it says collagen on I bet you that's collagen. And there's an E on the other end of that they don't show you, right?
Could be.
Come on. That can't be. Here's one of my favorites. It reminds me of like something my parents would have done in Vegas. This guy has a shirt, "If Lost, Return to Rita." And there at the Toast and Bagels is a woman that says, "I am Rita" on the back of her shirt.
Yeah, that would be my mom and dad too.
Right?
Except my dad would have had black socks on.
Yeah, that's a buffet in Vegas somewhere.
Yeah. Toast and Bagels.
This girl wearing, "Not only am I perfect, I'm blonde too." So that doesn't really work out. And then we got this one, which is perfect for the occasion. That guy wearing a shirt seemed like a good idea at the time. So as his buddy's stuck in the marsh.
That looks like some place a alligator might be.
Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, you got your mugs yet? Your Suki and Scott Show coffee mugs, HeroForLife.us, promo code USA1, 20% off for a great cause. Benefiting those disabled veterans, HeroForLife.us. Get out there and get you got mugs, you got apparels, you need clothes, you need Christmas gifts coming up. I still have my shirt here, Philly Kid. I wear it all the time. I got a couple shirts. We still have to get our mugs.
Yeah, I got to do that.
I got to get my mugs. So here's one of the shirts. It's all to benefit disabled vets, and the material. That's the key. The material is soft as heck, and it's comfortable to wear. And you got to get out there and just make the purchase. Get a gift for somebody. Just go on there, HeroForLife.us. All right, Philly Kid.
Nice.
What are we doing, baby?
I'm gonna sing a couple of more, and I believe my wife's got lunch ready for me.
Oh, she's fixing that lunch for you.
Yeah, we're fixing to eat.
We're fixing to have lunch today, baby.
It's now or never. Come hold me tight. Kiss me, my darling. Be mine tonight. Tomorrow will be too late. It's now or never. My love won't wait. When I first saw you with your smile so tender, my heart was captured, my soul surrendered. And I've spent a lifetime waiting for the right time. Now that you're near, the time is here at last. Give it a shot.
It's now or never. That's all I know from that song, Philly.
Come hold me tight. Kiss me, my darling. Be mine tonight. Tomorrow will be too late. It's now or never. My love
won't wait. I'm in the mood for a little. I'm trying to think of how. Oh, pretty baby. How's that song? How's it start? I can't. I was trying to think of it while you were.
I love you, baby.
Oh, there ain't. Oh no, that's There ain't no good in our goodbying. True love takes a lot of trying. Oh, I'm dying. What's the one I'm thinking of? It's quite all right.
I love you. Can't
From the-
take my eyes off of you.
Right,
Can't
from
take-
Deer Hunter. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. You'd be like heaven to touch. I wanna hold you so much. At long last, love has arrived, and I thank God I'm alive. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. Philly!
Pardon the way that I stare. There's nothing else to compare. The sight of you leaves me weak. There are no words left to speak. But if you feel like I feel, please let me know that it's real. You're just too good to be true. I can't take my eyes off of you. I love you, baby.
And if it's quite all right, I need you, baby. To all the lonely nights, I love you, baby. Trust in me when I say, Philly.
Whoa, pretty baby, don't bring me down, I pray. Oh, pretty baby, now that I found you, stay and let me love you. Let me love you.
Somebody, I think it may have been Jeannie Clay, was asking for Elvis's My Way.
My Way.
Yeah. I'm going to start that up. And now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. My friends, I'll say it clear. I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. I've lived a life that's full. I've traveled each and every highway. Oh, no. No, not you, Philly. I did it my way.
Regrets, I've had a few, but then again, oh, too few to mention. I did what I had to do and saw it through without exemption. I planned each charted course, each careful step along the byway, and more, much more, I did it my way.
I've loved, I've laughed and cried. I've had my fill, my share of losing. And now, as tears subside, I find it all so amusing to think I did all that. And may I say, not in a shy way, it was Judy Richardson who asked for this song. Oh, no. No, not me. Take us home, Philly kid.
For what is a man? What has he got? If not himself, then he has not. Not to say the things that he truly feels, and not the words of someone who kneels. The record shows I took all the blows and did it my way. Yeah.
Philly kid, go enjoy your lunch, my friend. Tell your wife we said hello. Pop this up there. That concludes our broadcast day. We'll see you guys back tonight. We'll be live. We'll be all over the place. You name it. Philly Kid, we gotta do a duet tomorrow. It's Friday. Gotta do a duet.
We'll do it.
A little KC and the Sunshine Band. Baby, babe, let's get together. Hon, me and you. Philly Kid, great job today. Hosting extraordinaire from you, my friend.
It was a blast. I mean, Zach Ward was awesome. Great guy.
Excellent. I'll never watch Christmas Story the same again now that we know Zach Ward.
I know.
And, I'm going to clip off the part where he came on with the hat from the side. I'll clip that and we'll throw it on. But
oh, nice.
Great job out of him. Survive the Game comes out tomorrow. Need everybody to order it up. Go see the movie.